The Werito Show.
Tigo TV, generando experiencias.
Alright, welcome to the Werito Show, Texas edition, baby. Now the first thing we're going to do, we're going to be making a Lomo Saltado, but a fusion from the Werito, okay? But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the onions. So now you can have red onions, you can have white onions, but red onions have so much more flavor. And in Peru, they use red onions for a lot of things, okay? So now, what I want to do is just cut up the onions, okay? But you want to take out this middle part, because this middle part is just this thing. You got to take it out, okay? We want to take it out on all of them. Make sure all of them come out, because you don't want that in there. But we can use it for something else, because you never want to waste, okay? So I'm just going to put that to the side. And then what I'm going to do is, you see how I'm cutting down like this? And look at this. I'm going to just turn it around, do the same. And I'm going to keep on doing it. So we want them to look like that. Halves. Less than halves, right? So here we go. So then I want to do the same. And we're just going to go around, bring it around, cut it again. Do the same. Alright, so now those are cut. So let's go over here. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. And do it again. Because you want to have that size. That's the Lomo Saltado size. Okay? The size of a Lomo Saltado onion. Woo! Vámonos. Let's go. We're going to cut it again. We're going to take out that middle part again, because I'm going to use 2 onions, because you gotta have a lot of onions. You gotta have a lot of onions, because we're also going to be making tacos. Woo! With all this, baby. Woo! Now look at this. Cut it again. Take out the middle. Oh yeah, there it is. So do it again. I'm going to cut it. Bring it down. Cut it again. Bring it down. Woo! I'm starting to cry. Woo! Okay, so then we do it again. Alright, so now that's cut. We're going to do the same. Cut it again. Cut it again. Bring it down. Cut it again. And we're going to cut it again. Woo! I'm cutting it all over. Make sure they're all the same size pretty much, because you want to have, whenever you're cooking, you want to have pretty much all the same sizes, because they cook at the same time, you know? So what I'm going to do is put these over here, because put that in there. Sometimes you make a mess as a chef, but that's okay, because everything is clean. Everything is clean. Here we go. All right, so now I'm bringing it over here. All right, so take all the little parts, just put it to the side. Yeah. Don't need the little parts. Don't need the little parts. Now, this is a red bell pepper. These are sweet. We're not using the ají from Peru, obviously, because we don't have the ají from Peru in Texas. So we're gonna be just cutting in the middle. You see that slit? You just want to slide down again, slide it again, slide it again. Oh yeah, look at that. And we just want to cut it like that. Now we want to take all these seeds out. We want to take all the seeds out. Take those seeds out, because we don't need it. We don't need the seeds. And just put it to the side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the veins, because the veins just bring it a little sour. You don't want to have the veins. So I'm cutting the veins out, because the veins just don't give it a lot of flavor, in my opinion. And make sure those are out. Make sure those are out. These don't really have a lot of seeds in it, so we're very happy. We're very privileged right now, because we don't have a lot of seeds in this sucker. So I'm going to cut the veins. See those veins right there? Those are the veins you want to cut out. You don't really want to use that, because it's kind of a sour taste. It's not really sweet like the onion itself. It just kind of brings a little sour to the dish, and we don't want the sour, but we want to get rid of all the seeds. Alright, so I'm going to keep these to the side for right now, just until I get done cutting out the veins of this one. And do the same right here. Ooh, yeah, baby, we're going to get that. We're gonna get it out there. Woo, yeah. Oh yeah, look. Oh yeah. Right there. All right, so it's gone. All right, so now got the vein out. I'm gonna leave that to the side, and we're gonna do the same with this. Now, remember, in the middle again, in the middle again, in the middle again. All right, so it's all taken. Whoop, got another one. Go in the middle of the vein where the slit is. Woo, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna just take them apart, and sometimes everything comes out when you need it to come out. So I'm just putting those seeds and stuff to the side. All right, so get all that sucker out. We don't need them. All right, so let me clean up this board a little bit. All right, so make sure to get all the veins, all the veins. Don't need the veins. And the seeds, make sure the seeds are gone, because you don't really need the seeds in this dish. Some people like the seeds. It's all about preference. You know, preference. Sometimes you want to put more, sometimes you want to put less, but it all depends on you. Oh yeah. So getting all those veins out. All right. So then, more veins. See that sucker? It's all white. White and sour. All right. All right. Get it out, get it out, get it out. Make sure my board is clean. Make sure the board is clean, because you don't want to mix. Not right now. All right, so get another vein. All right, there we go. All right, now, just want to move all this stuff to the side. Got room over here. Woo, yeah, move it all over there, move it all over there. Now, what I'm doing is, I'm gonna cut these in julienne. That's the size of it. So, you just wanna cut, you wanna make them small as you can. You just wanna make them julienne, because we're gonna be cooking these suckers down. And sometimes, I like to cut them small, because it gives it, you know, you don't wanna eat too big of the pepper. You want to make sure they're kind of small, so you just want to cut them in half. This has a little bit of vein on there, so I don't want that on there. I'm just going to cut this sucker in half right there. All right, we're going to do the same. All right, make sure it's cut. Put it to the side, do it again, do it again, do it again. It's a long process, I know. It's a long process, and sometimes, if you don't like cooking, it's kind of boring. But to me, it takes it to I go to that tranquil state, you know? I get all just mesmerized by cutting vegetables. So, here we go. All right, so do. Make sure it's all small. All right, make sure it's small. Cut it in the middle, cut it in the middle. We're gonna cut this sucker in the middle, because remember, these are gonna be all tacos. So we wanna make sure that, oh, get some seeds out of there, get some seeds. We got seeds, but then I'm gonna do the same. Remember, julienne. We're cutting them julienne style. All right. But then you cut the julienne in half. So, oh, got some more vein there. Just don't want that vein. All right. Okay. Do the same. So then, I just want to do it again. Put your hand down like that. Put your hand down like inside in the middle. Then cut it like that. There you go. All right. Cut that out. Cut that out. All right, so those are done. So I'm gonna keep this to the side right here for a little bit because now I'm gonna cut the tomatoes. Now you can have big potatoes or tomatoes, you can have small tomatoes, but you know, it all depends on what you like, but I usually cut at the end. You cut the ends off of it because obviously you don't want to eat that. You don't want to eat the end. That's where it grows from, right? So here we go, cut that out. Cut that out too. All right, cut that out. Now, with the tomatoes, what I do is I like to take out the seeds too. And that's what they usually do. They take out this middle part, just like the pepper, because this part in the middle just really doesn't bring a lot of flavor unless you're using the seeds for like salsa or anything like that. And I also cut these tomatoes down a little bit too, like that size. Okay? So, and these tomatoes are not as ripe as, I couldn't find really a lot of ripe ones because I guess everybody loves tomatoes, but here we go. Gonna do the same, cut out the middle. All right, cut out the middle. I'm just gonna make these small because I like my tomatoes and stuff small because, especially when you're making tacos. All right, so doing this, cut it out the middle. All right, make sure they're pretty much the same size as your sweet peppers because you got to have the same size. All right, and remember the onions are going to cook down a little bit. The onions cook down a little bit. Everything pretty much cooks down a little bit because it all has moisture in it. You got to get rid of some of that moisture whenever you're doing Lomo Saltado. All right, do that. Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. Oh yeah, gotta cut it. Cut it down. Woo. All right, keep on going, keep on going. So we got a lot of tomatoes here. So, but these are the little baby ones. I like the little baby ones. They just seem to have more oomph to them. A little bit of oomph, a little bit of oomph. All right. Now we're going to cut that sucker down. All right. Make sure you get all the seeds. You know, some of them stay. With these, it's not the same as a bell pepper. You know, bell peppers have the harder seeds. These seeds are not as hard. So we're okay. We are okay. All right. So I'm going to bring that out. All right. Do the same. There's a lot over here. I know you're probably bored right now, but pay attention because we're getting to the good part. We're getting some good parts coming. Good parts coming, baby. All right. Okay. That should be good right there. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. You know I'm from Texas, so you know we just love cooking, man. That's just part of being a Texan. All right, all right, all right. Take out all that. Take out all that. Do the same. Okay, come on, baby, come on. Sometimes they're little. You gotta push it a little bit. All right. So when I was in Peru, I learned from some amazing chefs. They taught me some things that I'm gonna keep inside until I die. So, all right, gonna keep inside. All right, so take all that middle out. I don't need that. Okay, one more. We got one more tomato. One more tomato. One more. All right. Kind of gets messy, but you know what? It's going to be worth it in the long run. It's going to be worth all the effort that you're putting into when you give food love, it's going to love you back. You know? So there we go. That's good size right there. That's a good size. All right. Bring that a little bit right there. All right. And we're gonna be cooking this in a big wok. So we got room in the wok for this thing. For all this goodness right here. Woo! Goodness gracious. Oh yeah. Okay, so now I got all that. Let me put all this stuff in my little bowl right there. Make sure there's a lot of mess because I don't really like mess. And when you're a chef, you have to have everything clean. You gotta make sure everything is clean. Now, I'm gonna put this to the side, okay? And now you can use sirloin, or you can use Lomo Saltado or filet mignon. It all depends, but you wanna make sure the beef is cut. It could be this size, it could be thicker. Usually it's thicker what they use over there, but it's okay. It's like a stir fry. So, all right, so what I'm gonna do now is I got right here, I have garlic that's been liquefied because you wanna have all that flavor together, right? So I'm gonna pour that in there. Oh yeah, I love garlic. Now it all depends on how much you love garlic. It all depends. It all depends. Now, what I have here, this is my secret. This is my secret surprise. This is the 5 spice, baby. The Chinese 5 spice, okay? And there's a lot of spice. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just pour that in there. Ooh, yeah, look at that. It all depends on how much you want spice. Now, what I have here is I have liquefied cilantro. In Peru, they call it culantro. But in Mexico, they call it cilantro. In America, in Texas, they call it cilantro too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour a little bit in that, okay? I just wanna, depending on how much you want. So I'm gonna make sure, now this is where it gets dirty, okay? It's part of life. You know, you have to get dirty, all right? But before I do that, I'm gonna put some salt in there. Not a lot, because remember, if you put too much salt, it's gonna be too salty. Yeah. Okay, come on, right there. Getting all dirty. Now I don't put pepper in right now, because pepper, if it burns, it starts tasting nasty. So you don't want to put pepper in there, not in the beginning. So I'm just, see that? I'm mixed. Now remember, this is a Werito fusion. So it's different from what they do in Peru, but with all my travels and all my experiences around the world, this right here is gonna taste good. But I wanna put a little bit more salt. A little bit more salt, so I gotta get it dirty. I hate to get dirty, but a little bit more. Because if you don't put enough salt just gives it flavor, right? So mix it up again, mix it up. All right, so I tell you what, I'm gonna take a break right here, and I'm gonna get everything ready, and we're gonna go outside, and we're gonna set up the wok with fire, baby. The Werito Show, be back, baby. Woo! So now I'm in the backyard of San Antonio, Texas, baby, and you know what? It's warming up. We got a heat, but I'm gonna turn that fire up. Woo! It's gonna turn up right there. It's gonna turn up because you want to get this wok really, really hot. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna just put a little bit of oil, not too much. You don't really need a lot of oil. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit, let that oil make it all around the wok. See that? It's all around that wok, baby. All around. Woo! I'm gonna wait it for a little bit, but see, remember, it's been marinating in 5 spice, cilantro, woo! Salt. Don't put the pepper yet. So now, get that, see that smoke? There's smoke coming. Woo! Cause I love fire. All right, so now I'm gonna put that sucker in so it's smoking. Oh yeah. Woo! You see that? Ow! All right, so now I'm just gonna move it around, Woo! Oh yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna be putting a fire on this one because we're not gonna be using alcohol. But the thing is, you wanna sear this beef You want to make sure all this beef is seared. Because once it's seared, we're going to put it to the side. We're going to put it to the side, all right? So, hold on. We got to keep on going. It's searing, it's searing. Got to make sure it's cooked. Woo! Takes a little while with this one. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So be patient, okay? All right, so now, here we go. We're going to keep on going. Make sure this beef is seared. Because with the cilantro, it kind of makes it where it doesn't sear as much because it's kind of liquid. It's liquid in there. So, but I'm telling you, that cilantro is gonna bring it to another level, baby. Another level. Oh yeah. So I'm just cooking this through. Oh yeah. A lot of juices in here. A lot of juices, a lot of goodness. Hey, come on close. Look at this. Come look at this. Woo! You see that? It looks like green for Christmas. Oh! Like Christmas time. But Thanksgiving time almost. So, but, ooh yeah. So what I want to do is I want to just get all those seared up as much as possible. As much as possible because we have liquid in there. That's why, you know, in Peru, they just put the spices in the meat. But to me, it just doesn't bring the flavor like cilantro does or culantro, right? Okay, so, all right, so we're bringing that. Oh yeah, there's a lot of juices in there. And what I like to do is I like to set aside the juices a little bit, just a little. I'm not gonna get all those, I'm gonna use those juices again. But I'm taking it out so I can sear this beef quicker. Woo! And you know, I don't know if you know this, but cilantro, if it's not cooked all the way, can mess up some people's stomach. So it's kind of good that I'm searing that this cilantro, you know. I'm the Werito, I'm gonna mess up on this. Okay. All right, so we're gonna make all the juices, and then I'm gonna take it out again. I'm going to set aside those juices again because we're going to use them. We're going to use them. Don't worry. We're not wasting. We're not wasting the juices. All right. All right. So here we go. Now we're going to be able to sear it a little bit better without those juices. But remember, we got all the flavor going on there still. All the flavors in there. All right. So. All right. We got to make sure that you want it to have like a not too tough or rough or whatever. You just want it to be a little soft, but not too soft. Because we're gonna set this to the side and we're gonna bring it back. All right? So, all right. So here we go. You know, ow! Here you go. You know. All right. Okay, almost. It's almost. You can feel it. You can feel it. The meat getting all a little bit tough, but not too much. Okay, so now we're almost there, baby. We're almost there. Oh yeah, you hear that sizzling? How I love the sizzling, baby. Woo! Make sure it's all sizzled. Almost there. All right, so we have a few seconds left, and we're gonna be setting this sucker aside. And don't let the color, woo, you hear that? You see that smoke, baby? Woo, woo. Ah, yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna bring the onions in. All right, I wanna put a little bit of oil in there, just a little bit. Not too much. All right, and I will just cook them down a little bit. Because what it is, you don't want to kill the onion because you want to have that crunch. You want to have some crunch in there. Because if you don't have the crunch, you can't munch. Ha! All right, yeah. That's Texas, baby. And you know, some things fall out. They fall out because I get so excited. I get so excited in the kitchen or outside. Woo! We're outside, that's right. So here we go. Oh yeah, baby, here it is. Getting that down a little bit because you don't want the onions to be raw. All right, cut that. You just want, oh yeah. So now I cooked it for a little bit, and I want to bring in my tomato and I brought some limes, lemons, well, whatever you call them here, because in Peru they call them limes. It's not lemons. It's kind of weird. So I'm just gonna bring everything else in there. All right, everything else is gonna go into there. Everything that we cut in julienne, and I cut it in half. There we go. All right, so I gotta make sure my thing's on because I don't want to burn my hand, you know. So here we go. So we want to cook that down. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, I forgot the soy sauce. Can somebody go get me the soy sauce? Oh my goodness, I forgot one of the main ingredients. And I did that on purpose because you want to have some soy sauce. And you know, you can even use hoisin sauce. You can use, you know, it's your preference really. All right, so you don't want to kill the onions too much, but you just don't want to have them raw. Raw onions, to me, just don't go, they don't set well in my tummy. All right. So, here we go. Oh, yeah. All right, well, thank you very much. Got some soy sauce. We're going to put some soy sauce in there because you got to have a little soy. Oh, yeah. Woo, baby. Maybe a little bit more. Remember, soy has salt. Soy has salt, so you don't want to put too much. Oh yeah, we're cooking that down a little bit. Oh yeah. All right, so now, if you see, it's cooking down, but not too much, because you don't want to kill the onions. You don't want to kill the baby red onions, mama. Woo! Okay. All right, so there we go. And you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some of that cilantro in it again, just to have the Christmas spirit. Make it green, baby, make it green. Green, red, oh, there's many different colors here, Christmas colors. Plus you don't wanna waste it. We got Christmas colors going on. We're Santa Claus. Oh, I don't see him. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, it's almost cut. It's almost cooked down a little bit. It's almost there, baby. It's almost there. So now I'm gonna put a little bit, just a little bit of salt. Just a little bit of salt. Just a little bit of salt. And then just a little bit of pepper. Because we still want to have a little bit more spice in there. Make it all around. Make it all around. And then I want to turn it around. I want to turn it around. And let it cook for a little bit. Maybe put a little bit more pepper. It's all preference. It's all preference. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just taste it, because remember, if you don't taste it before, oh yeah, almost there, baby. Oh yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the beef back into the plate. Woo! Yeah, look at those green Christmas trees. We got Christmas trees. All right, now mix it all together. Mix that all together. We're mixing it, making it happy. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, whatever you say in your world. All right. It all depends on how you feel about it. Woo, that's good looking, some goodness, baby. And you know what, just for the heck of it, I'm gonna put a little bit more soy sauce in there, because I like soy. All right, and the juices that I used earlier from the beef, because you don't want to waste those juices, because that's where the flavor comes from the beef. All right, it's almost done. It's almost done. Oh yeah, take a look at that, baby. Come on over here. Look at that. It's like a Christmas tree. Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. All right, so Now, I'm gonna put a little bit of lemon in there, just because you wanna, and you know what, if the seeds fall in, that's okay. We'll get them out. We'll get them out. I thought I got them out earlier, but you know what? There's only 2 of those suckers. You know how those suckers hide? That's like an orange. When you're eating an orange and you're thinking, oh, I got all seeds out, and those suckers pop up from nowhere. All right, so I accomplished it. All right, so now a little bit more. Woo! Look at that sprinkle, baby. Because you want to have a little tart and a little sweet. Oh yeah, look at that. Woo! All right, we're almost done. We're almost done. All right, cook that down a little bit more, and we are almost done. Few more seconds, baby. Few more seconds, and it's lift off! Boom! Oh yeah. And we got a board to put it on. So we got a board over here. We're gonna put this on the board. Put that on there first, just to be safe. Just to be safe. Just to be safe. All right, so I'm gonna turn out the heat now. Oh yeah. And just let it just marinate there for a little bit. Oh yeah, let's go. You know what? I'm gonna show you. Woo! Look at that. Look at that goodness. You see that goodness? That's some goodness right there. Woo! Ah yeah. We'll be back, baby. Ow! See you later. That's life. Alright, welcome back to the Werito Show. And today I made Lomo Saltado, which is a dish from Peru, but I put a little fusion in it, baby. And now I got some tortillas. Now these are Texas tortillas, so they're amazing, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is, look at this. Look at this. This is what our finished product. Look at that. Oh, it's juicy, got that juices going on. And we're gonna make a little taco. You don't wanna put too much because this taco's kind of little, but oh, bring it down, bring it down. Ow! Put it right there. Got one. Oh yeah, look at that, look at that. Look at that goodness right there. Oh, and then we're gonna make another one. Woo, because we made enough to feed a lot of people. Woo! All right, so take that little onion out there because we don't want to put too many. All right, here we go, here we go. And what I like to do is, well, you know, I'm a Texan, so we gotta have that Tex-Mex. So what I'm gonna do is put a little bit of, you could put anything, your favorite salsa, whatever makes you happy. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in there. Ooh, little drops. Because you don't want it too hot unless you like it really hot. Oh yeah. Okay. Then get a little bit more cilantro because you know I can eat it. It doesn't mess up my stomach, but if it does to some people, don't put it on there. So we're gonna put it on there. Oh yeah, look at that. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Goodness right there. Alright, so then I'm gonna put a little bit of lemon or lime, whatever you want, whatever your preference is. Just make sure you get the seeds out. These suckers just pop out. Alright, so here's the finished product. Woo, look at that. Lomo Saltado tacos, baby. Tex-Mex style. Now remember, you gotta follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Come on, subscribe to my YouTube, man. There's gonna be a lot of goodness coming. We're gonna film at the Texas Renaissance Festival next weekend, so woo! Come on, baby. Oh! I'll see you. That's life, baby, right there. Oh.